back, everybody, to another episode of Dungeons and Dumbness. Once again, the same podcast as the last 6 episodes you listened to. Not a different podcast, believe it or not. We didn't just change this up halfway through. We kept going with it. This is, of course, Dungeons and Dumbness, a podcast about 4 dumb adventurers in a dumb land doing dumb things. Maybe it'll amount to something. Maybe it won't. You'll have to just keep listening to find out. As always, I'm George. I do the Dungeon Master thing. That's about all I'm good for. I tell a funny story every once in a while. Maybe a joke, maybe a laugh, maybe we'll cry together. Who knows?
Greetings, listeners. I am Nick. I play Gabbo, Goblin. If you want to know what's up with this guy, listen to the past 6 episodes. I don't know why you're listening to episode 7 before listening to 1 through 6. But today, I have a fun fact for you all. So, as you probably know, Gabbo uses a short bow. And something he would really, really love to get is either a short bow +1 or a long bow.
This is what fun facts are going to be looking like today. Okay.
That's a fun fact.
That was
All
pretty
right.
fun.
And a fact.
Are you guys ready for my fun lie? I mean,
Yes.
fact. It's totally fact. Anyways, in the back pocket of Ellotte, he keeps a set of playing cards. He used to play a lot with his, old soldier friends back in the Feywild. He may be proficient, but he's not very good at it. That's my fun fact.
Completely contradictory, but okay.
He knows how to play. He knows the rules very well.
Okay.
He just keeps losing.
All right, Ronnie.
I really wanted to do a hello and everyone, welcome back to Game 3, but I'm not going to do that. Hello everyone, I'm Rani. I'm playing Mindy Monad, the human wizard. Fun fact about her, I might have mentioned part of this already in a previous fun fact, but I don't remember, so I will say it again. Or maybe perhaps not again, but for the first time. Mindy Monad's last name, Monad, is a mathematical term, meaning referring to an indivisible and hence ultimately simple entity, such as an atom or a person. It's also used in programming languages that are functional programming languages like Scala and a few others, but I mainly only know Scala.
Alright guys, I'm Laura. I play Valentine, the Tiefling Paladin. Yippee. My fun fact for today, this is a kicker, okay? I don't even know if the DM knows this one, okay? This is some serious lore drop here, okay?
We want to hear it!
Valentine is a woman! What? What?
She cannot be!
Mind blown!
No!
Mind blown!
George,
Impossible!
I didn't know that.
Abominable! Get out of here!
George is I forgot that part.
A woman in my D&D game?
I peeked several times.
Check this guy out. Check this guy out, Mindy. How dare they be a woman, right? Next thing you're going to tell me Mindy's a woman, too.
You did forget that Valentine was a tiefling.
I did.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So it's not even that far off from reality.
It is completely possible that I could remember. Or forget that that Valentine's a woman. And not a town in Red Dead Redemption 2.
Oh, actually, I have a better one. Never mind. I'll say it next time.
That's good. We're keeping that.
You can save it. That one was
Yeah,
perfect.
yes.
Are we all ready? We're all ready to play, I suppose. No. Everyone, we're gonna sing the transition music today. No.
You can't just take my bit. You can't just adopt my bit.
Nick's gonna have so much fun editing that. Alright, everyone get ready to do the sync. Everyone get ready to sync up, hands up, dicks out, tits out, whatever it is. Anyway. Alright, 3, 2, 1. Almost
Close
perfect.
enough.
Laura and Nick were perfectly aligned.
There's a massive spike on my
Alright.
waveform there.
It did spike on my waveform. I clamped directly.
So,
to
in
it.
our last session, the four of you had stepped back out of the lairs of the Starbrung jackals, only to find some timey-wimey bullshit happened, and next thing you knew it looked as if you were in a future dystopian version of Ravenstone. Looking around, you saw collapsed, abandoned, and ivy-overgrown buildings, fauna that had reclaimed this land back to that of nature. And not a sign of any life left but for the trees and the growth. As you guys began exploring the town, Valentine, you found a very peculiar and mysterious looking steed trapped within part of the town's livery, and it saved it. Something about it seemed a little off to you, something a little magical, but otherwise it was
Yeah,
alright.
Marshall.
The four of you had decided to start coming up with a plan on what you were going to do. You had a few options. One, try to find the dungeon that you guys had originally been sent on the mission to go and explore in hopes that there might have been an answer there. You could also head to Eskil City, the largest trade capital, to see if maybe that's where all the people went and it was just Ravenstone that was abandoned. Or you could just make a farm and live with your situation, except that all of your possible loved ones were gone.
Gabbo doesn't have loved
As we come back,
ones.
no loved ones.
I'm not gonna say it. I'm not gonna say it.
I have no idea what Laura isn't going to say. So
Her whole character is that she's a widow. She doesn't have any loved ones.
Oh, right.
George forgot to
That, that little detail, I suppose. Guys, I swear to God, I know my character's backstory.
Do you?
So Gabbo, you grew up in a rich family household and you had a dozen servants, right?
Yeah, and everybody loved him. Everybody cared for him
that
so
was
much.
Mindy.
All right.
Two loving parents.
I have a
As
million
we-
bajillion dollars. Remember?
Good. American dollars that are useless.
No, no,
in the
no.
world of
Platinum.
D&D.
I saved up my USD. What happened? Oh.
As we
Topical humor.
zoom in,
You'll see when this was recorded, I guess.
as we zoom in to our group of plucky heroes. The four of you have reconvened in the center of the now abandoned Ravenstone. Seeing each other and seeing that there is in fact no people remaining in this city, what is the plan?
What was the name of the next city again that was like closer to the dungeon?
The big capital city, which is about equidistance but in like a different
Capital
direction, is Eskil City.
Eskil?
Eskiel.
Eskial.
Like Ezekiel. Mm-hmm.
Sure.
I think we should go there.
Yeah, I vote we go there. I'm gonna go to that
Honestly,
place.
I think we go there.
I think we should.
I vote we go
Yes.
there.
I think
We
so
should
too.
investigate to the big city. Yes.
All right. Do any of you have a map?
We got this one.
We got a charred map.
I'm good with
You
directions.
have a,
That's the map of the
Oh,
dungeon.
right.
you have a map of the dungeon.
I have a mental map in my mind of
Yeah.
Ravenstone.
Hmm. I'm gonna give everybody a history check
I love history.
to see if you guys know what direction Eskil City would
Nat
be,
20.
brother.
12.
Gabbo's like, I remember the creed.
The mental map.
17.
The universe.
17.
That's crazy.
We just like go through
Okay.
Gabbo's eye and we get like flashes of the whole world and everything in like 10 seconds and we come back and he just points in a direction and walks.
1 second, he's broken. I just slam him in the back of the skull.
Gabbo, you see the creation of the universe, the birth of every dying star as it's being born. You see the Big Bang itself. And you start walking
history.
and you start
Yeah.
walking west.
Okay, here's history. Okay, never mind. 13.
As the three
I
of
don't
as
know,
the
shit.
three of you kind of all argue. Oh no, it's like northeast. No, it's northwest. And as you all are like starting to head in different directions, you all see Gabbo very confidently heading west.
Oh, do you know where to go? Oh, alright. We're following Gabbo, I suppose.
I follow Gabbo.
All right.
He's clearly the most intelligent out of all of us.
This is true.
Yeah. No.
Yeah, no.
Yeah. No.
But he's clearly a goblin possessed right now, so let's follow him.
Nothing's
We
safer
head
than a
west.
possessed goblin.
Well, if a goblin is usually evil, and they're possessed now, that means they're good.
Okay.
Cancels out.
All right. Can I get everybody to start rolling me a perception check, please, as you guys begin your march towards S.
12.
I love perceiving!
Nothing. I got 6.
I got an
5.
absolutely immaculate 12.
I got twins.
7, and we have 12, 12, 7, and Rani?
6.
I didn't get a 7, I got a 5.
Oh, even better. Mindy and Ellotte, as the two of you begin your march, both of you kind of get a little distracted by the state of the world around you. You get a little disheartened, and it kind of makes you start reminiscing on the past, which makes you not notice what Gabbo and Valentine notice as what looks to be a green
Goblin?
flying wizard, or not wizard, lizard, in the sky, passing over
Could be a wizard.
the path ahead of you.
So a dragon.
As the two of you look up, and you see what looks to be a decently sized green dragon
Oh, that's cool.
Can I
flying over the
Can I-
sky. Flying
can I do
over-
the thing that like ostriches do, and then they're scared and they stick their head in a hole? Yeah.
Horns.
I'm oblivious, so I
As
just
you-
keep walking.
As Valentine, you notice this, you go into a panic mode. Your head goes down, your horns get lodged into the dirt, and your head just
As I'm
hits the
walking-
ground.
I'm walking forward and I just bump into Valentine. Like, what the? You okay? What's going on?
Give it a-
Head down, hands up.
Can we say as you're like, yeah? Can we say as your head is down, but you're pointing upwards? You're pointing into the ground, so Mindy's more just looking there.
Nah, bro, this is just a strange
something.
dance move that makes her look like an N.
As Valentine has like completely ruined their entire bone structure in order to point up to the sky while their head is like down in the dirt. Ellotte and Mindy, you two look up and now also see this small green dragon.
How high in the sky?
How green.
Like 100 something feet up, or like 30?
Probably only about 80 feet.
Okay, so decently
I
far
can make
away
it there.
enough, I guess. I'm gonna go like hide somewhere to wait for this to go away.
Well, if I don't bother it, it won't bother me.
Because it seems like it's going in like one direction, right? It's not like circling in the sky.
As you take a closer look at it, you do notice it seems to be circling over a large portion of area
Nah, shit.
surrounding this foresty area.
Can I hide behind
Aw.
Valentine? She can't move, so
Well, these guys panic.
Gabbo and
Just gonna
Mindy,
I'm just gonna hide in a bush.
Gabbo and Mindy, both of you, please roll me stealth checks, please.
It may look like I got a 5, but I actually got a 14.
Crazy.
What?
Valentine, you have your head stuck in the
Yep.
ground, stuck in the dirt.
Yep.
Ellotte, what are you? What's your plan here?
I'm just gonna keep walking. What's like the equivalent of like aura? Like, like don't fuck with me.
Obviously.
There's like slow motion
You
walking,
have-
and there's like a dragon in the background.
Yeah, no, I start
Alright,
farming
terrifying
more aura
presence.
as there's a dragon overhead, and I just continue walking.
Ellotte using terrifying presence.
It's not even a spell.
Like you are a dragon.
Nah, bro, I steal the dragon's passive, bro.
Yeah.
Would that be like intimidation?
All right. As you begin walking, the green dragon, you can the three of you can tell it notices him and begins swooping down onto a downward descent. Ellotte, you just keep walking. I'll let you now roll an intimidation check.
Hell yeah, I have advantage on these.
Is this gonna be another counter intimidation check?
Okay, some pretty good fucking rolls. Okay. Let's see. Loading. So, my highest roll out of like my 2 rolls that I did was a 15.
Oh.
So, you know.
What's the total? 15?
15.
All right. As you do
Before
this,
I know if it's a
swagger-
success or fail, I have 6.
You have 6 inspiration.
Mm-hmm.
Are you going to use your 6 inspiration
Yep.
to aura farm? All right, so that's a 21.
Uh-huh.
You got 22.
That would be very fun.
Dragon rolled with a +12.
As you begin walking, your swagger, your presence, your natural no fucks given attitude. You know, the three of you notice from the outside, the dragon was initially swooping down, jaw at the ready to spray him down with acid. But as he
And then it doesn't do that.
But as you do, you notice, yes, quite literally, his jaw kind of clambers up and you see it like startles for a second as it starts flapping and staying idle mid-air before it changes its course and it goes and it drops with a thunderous shud, stopping right in front of you, Ellotte. Who are you to be passing through my forest? You look like a very small snack to me, friend.
You know, very big surprises come in small packages.
Do I know anything about dragons?
Why don't you roll me either an animal handling check or a nature check?
Can I do one as well?
Sure, why not?
I got my tail between my
Not
legs, so I
natural
won't be
funny.
participating.
Alright, so I got a 5. However, according to my character sheet, I have -1 inspiration. Can I use that here?
You can actively burn your inspiration to get yourself back up to 0.
Okay.
Gabbo, you get a headache. Take 1 psychic damage.
Okay.
Mindy, you know personally, green dragons, their poisonous breath, they use it almost like a glaze, like a flavoring to put onto their prey. And that typically the way they hunt is they'll either patrol the forest territory they call home from the air or on the ground, as they are naturally adept to both air and ground combat, to just kind of hunt anything that they see. They don't really have a huge preference, but you do know in your past you heard tell that they have a tendency to really enjoy elves.
Good thing none of us are elves.
You can tell we've actually
As-
played this game a lot because none of us are elves.
Yes. No one picked the normal 4 races.
Well, I picked human, so
I wouldn't count.
No
human
one
as a
picks
normal
human in
race.
fantasy.
Look at all the.
What's the normal 4?
You telling me?
What is the normal 4? Like
As
elves,
the dragon continues
dwarves.
to bear you down, eyes striking a direct line with yours, Ellotte.
Your words are meaningless if you do not answer my question. What are you doing in my forest, bite-sized snack?
Well, we're just trying to get past towards the capital, but I guess we have time to burn along the way.
And then, like, as, like, you know, he keeps on calling him bite-sized, small, snack. He will then burn a giant's growth to become a large creature.
As you are now equal in size with this dragon,
They're only large?
It's a small dragon.
he kind of bears back a little bit in surprise before quickly the dragon collects itself.
Perhaps we could strike a deal.
I heard
I do
dragon
not
tastes
know.
like chicken.
I do not know where you have come from, stranger, as I have not seen any humanoids in quite some time. But what I have seen is a pesky creature. One who has decided to lay claim to the great city behind the walls. I was hoping to claim the city for my lair. It is quite big after all. Plenty of space to build my hoard. If you say you are heading towards the city, how about we strike a deal?
I look back to my companions.
As you're a large size and the 2 of them are hiding, and Valentine still is head in the dirt, tail between her legs.
Can we say you look in the bush nearby and there's just like a faint thumbs up that only you can see?
Can I just like pop up for a second, wave, and then go back down?
Ooh, a goblin.
Indeed.
Ooh, it has been some time since I've sunk my fangs into one of them.
Are you saying that currently the creature that is dwelling in the city of walls, or the walled-off city, is the city abandoned, just as the previous town?
I do not know. All I know is that since the humanoids retreated into the wall, none have come back out, as they have placed large boulders at every entrance point into the city. And every time I begin a flight and begin entering to see over the walls with my great wings, every time large stones and pointy spears begin getting thrown at me. Until I know the city is safe for me to enter, I cannot bring myself towards it. I am still but a young dragon in the great life of a worm. So if striking a deal with a mortal is what I must do to achieve my power, I'm willing to compromise.
Okay, hello, hi. We're here too. And then I come out of the
Looks
bush.
down.
I'm like,
You immediately
It's gonna
see
be
his
a deal,
eyes
or
kind of
should-
narrow in, trying to look at you, being like,
I'm so used to looking at a big creature, I'm looking at an ant once again. 1 second.
yes, and anyway, if we're striking a deal, maybe we can sit down and discuss for a moment. I mean, what do you even want exactly? To get inside somehow?
I want to lay claim to the city of walls so that I may have a great space for my lair.
I mean, I guess that's pretty protected. you know the name of the city?
It is a
by any
city with
chance?
many walls. Many walls make for great space for a lair.
That is true.
And from how he
Do you
describes
know the
it.
name of
Guys,
this
I think he
place?
wants to build a lair.
Yeah, no, I think so too. But from the way he
I do
describes
not
it,
know the name the mortals give to the city of walls. All I know is we on the outside simply refer to it as such.
What did he say? Sackers?
Sackers?
What?
How do I spell that?
What did he say? Wait,
He refers to it as such.
oh, as such. They're talking about Ezekiel or whatever the city name was.
He just has a gnarly accent.
We call it the city of walls, as it is a city with many walls, as we feared.
Has any of us been to SKL before?
I don't think.
Or is it just somewhere we've heard of existing?
Well, it's actually the main
It's somewhere
capital.
you guys have all heard. It's something you've heard of existing, but it is a place where mostly rich traders, trading companies, people who have gone to schools of magical academy have been. Most of the lower class of people with not much gold to spend, if those living by very low means, don't typically reside within the protection of the grand city of Esquiel.
I will say that we are planning to travel there, but it does seem populated and defended, especially from a green dragon.
Green Dragon, do you know what year this is now?
What year? What do you refer to?
How many moons has it been since you were born?
Something like that. There you go.
Oh, it has been many moons since I've last seen the humans, and the elves and the dwarves, and all the manner of creatures roam into the walls.
Am I like stuck in the ground? Like if I try to like
I reach a hand back and just pull
stand
it out.
up, are my horns like embedded into the dirt?
As you try to pull up, you find you have gotten yourself a bit lodged as Ellotte reaches and just kind of like pulls you out of the dirt.
My hiding
Like you're picking a
spot.
carrot, like
Yeah. I don't know how much you care, Green Wormling, but we are not from this time. We've come from a past, which seems bygone. When that from a time when that town behind us was still bustling with people.
Yes, we came from that town. There were a lot of people there at the time.
I was but a young wormling when that town stopped breathing. I have not seen many come out. This is why I am surprised to see so many delicious-looking bugs in my forest.
Alright, that would be surprising.
Then you probably know that those from the past carry power. I advise you not to mess with what you don't know.
Many people have power, and many people are willing to do what it takes to achieve that power.
Then are you willing to lose your life?
If you are not willing to lose your life for power, do you truly deserve it?
Indeed.
But there is no need for lives to be lost today,
I
mortal.
just. Are you guys okay? Like above game, if Ellotte just fucking grapples this worm and
Yes.
tries to fucking
Yes.
just kill it.
Probably let's not.
It's
go.
a
let's
young,
do it.
This
it's a
could be an
young
interesting
dragon.
plotline.
I'm
We got
pretty
it,
sure
we got
four
it.
of us
We're
could
level
out.
5,
That's
we
true,
got
but
this.
Yeah.
But there's plot here, and I'd rather do the plot
It-
as a player. I'd rather do the plot here
I-
than just murder the fucking dragon. Even though
To be fair,
maybe we can.
the plot is that we need to go to the town and get inside, right? To ask questions. The worm is asking us to destroy a civilized town so that it could turn it into its lair.
Yeah, I feel like we're gonna be killing this
But
thing
what if
either
you
way.
manipulate the worm?
Yeah, I can manipulate its scales into armor.
What if you just like grapple it to like intimidate it right now?
can I wave at him like a little high?
Well, that would end the diplomacy.
He looks at you as you wave to him, and he kind of picks up like a claw, and he kind of like mimics your motion.
I do not know why the mortals do this. It is quite a strange motion to do, with very little correct bones in your joints.
Can I go up and ask?
I'm gonna mimic the exact hand movements that the worm does, but with just like flail my arm around as it does it.
I do not know how one can wave your claws in this manner.
Can I show you something? Can I show you something? And I go up and I'm like, okay, so if you take your hand and you hit my hand, then we high five.
You're gonna die.
Ellotte shrinks back down. He's already fed up with his team's antics.
Valentine asks you, put your hand up. He goes,
Hit your
Just
hand with
like
my-
gently, like a little like.
All right.
and he swishes his claw, and it hits, and it knocks you about 15 feet backward.
Do I take any damage?
You're gonna take 8 bludgeoning damage.
That's okay. That's okay. I got to high five a dragon. It's
Bro
totally
got
worth
first
it.
blood on our team, bro. We're just gonna let that slide.
I'm fine.
I mean, she did literally ask for
fine.
it.
Since my team, as he strings again. Since my team, or my companions, has seemed to take a liking to you, I assume we'll hear you out on your proposition.
Fantastic. I've always been looking for new mortals to work with. New subjects to bow down to the great and mighty Zerg.
Yorg.
How many subjects do you have?
Wait, what's his name?
Well, there's
His name's Yorg.
quite a lot. There is quite
Quite
a
a
lot
lot.
of squares and rabbits and bears.
Perfect.
Lots of
Bears, right.
animals bow down to the great Jorg.
Any
We cannot trust the ones
sapient?
with intellect.
No, they
Anyone-
would
yeah,
betray the
anyone's
great
that-
Jorg.
Precisely.
Yorg.
Yes. Yorg.
No, Jorg.
Yorg.
No,
How do I spell this thing?
Jorg.
It's Jorg.
My,
Jorts.
my name is Jorg. I do not know why the
Paul?
mortals cannot understand what.
Yorg.
Paul! Screw it! My name is now Paul! I shall bow down to the great and mighty Paul!
Oh, his name's Paul.
Paul!
Paul the Green Wormling.
The green young dragon. I
Paul.
assume.
Yes, I am the great Paul.
Pjar. Pjar.
Okay, well,
Okay,
Yarr.
it's Jarl.
large
I am
lizard.
the great and mighty
How
Yarr.
are we
mighty
allowed in
Jarl,
the?
large lizard
Are we
of
allowed in the
forest.
city, large lizard?
I do not know. I know I am not allowed in the city, but you, of course, are not great, mighty, scary green dragons.
I will do
What do you mean
Is it
scary?
because- is it
Paul,
specifically
you're really
because
cute.
you're
You look
planning on
so
taking them over, or
friendly.
just the part that you're a dragon.
I look
You
friendly.
look friendly.
I'm gonna fucking like, I'm gonna like elbow
I
Valentine
need to
in the
fix my
stomach.
image then.
Honestly, like,
I must go.
can I show you something to make yourself look scarier?
All right, while you're trying to
Oh.
do that, I'm gonna just nod at everybody. I'm gonna put my hood up, and I want to sneak into the city.
Well, we're not at the city.
Alright. You're not at
We're
the
not?
city.
I thought we were,
Close
like,
to
right
us.
outside.
It's- No.
No.
No, we're in a forest. He's
Oh.
talking about protecting
Okay,
his forest.
I'm gonna teach him how to flex.
Okay, well I'm going to the city.
I'm gonna
we
teach
should
him how
get
to
this-
flex.
We should get
As you show him the flex, he
Pjar
goes-
yoked.
He goes,
Wait, before you all go, do you not want to hear the proposition?
You need to hit the gym, Paul. Like,
Yeah,
you're
let's
like that was
I'll-
some
I'll
kind of
just-
like weak
I'll just come
muscles he
back
had there.
in, like this, like kind of just like
Yes, our podcast listeners.
just like peeking my head in from off
very
screen.
good. Yes. In our audio podcast.
audio only
Audio
format.
jungle.
Make sure to
That
go.
was for you guys.
Make
to
sure
join.
to.
Guys, I kind of do like the. I kind of do this.
Oh, I do this.
Audio jungle.
As you
Audio
guys
jungle.
stand, Pjarl looks at you, and he goes,
Alright, here's my proposition. If you all can manage to defeat the great creature within the city of walls, I will be able to go in and lay claim to the city, forming my lair as well as taking over and helping to rule fairly over all subjects within. In exchange, as my subjects, I shall allow you free passage in and out of the City of Walls, as well as reward you handsomely with power.
Sure.
Okay, that's an idea.
I'm down.
Whatever you say, Pagal.
So the great creature, what is this great creature?
I want to be friends with the dragon. I want to be friends
does
with
it
Paul.
I do not know what the great creature in the City of Walls is. All I know is it is strong enough and big enough to hurl boulders and giant spears.
I.e., it's probably catapults and ballista.
Is the great creature perhaps stationary for the most part?
I did not get a chance to see it on account of the great boulders and big spears being thrown at me.
Right. There's just so many of them. I see.
Guys, I think he had spears and boulders thrown at him.
I turn to the party and I'm like, I think he's talking about a trebuchet.
Yes.
Yeah,
Oh,
And
what?
now I
Ballistas,
go to the city.
trebuchet.
Creatures of trebuchet.
the usual.
Do you not want to know the way to the City of Walls?
We have a goblin.
I already
That would
know.
be very
I already
helpful.
know.
Purl.
Alright. Would you all maybe like a lift?
Yes.
As my newest subject.
Yeah.
If it helps speeds up the process in which I get my own layer, then
that'd be sick.
perhaps I can give you all a lift back towards the City of Walls.
Yes.
That
Yes.
sounds like a
Oh yeah,
great
by
idea.
Sorry.
the way, Jarl.
Preferably like a bit far away from the walls because we wouldn't want them to think that we're working with you. or
No,
anything
it's
like that.
fine.
Oh yes, of course.
Security
That would be
concern.
most horrid for people to know you are loyal subjects to Pjarl.
To Purl.
By the way,
yes.
Jarl, if this whole plan doesn't work, the town back there is also abandoned. So
What good is a
That
town
is
with
true.
no
it
subjects
has a.
and no walls?
Oh, never mind. We broke that. It used to have a regenerating mansion that used to be a guild hall, but then we destroyed that.
Yeah. To be fair though, there was no one inside that
Yeah.
either.
But we destroyed
So
it.
what good is this? What good is a city with no walls and no subjects?
It was magic.
What is the good of magic with no cities, no walls, and no subjects?
You know what? Fair point.
That's a good point.
Anyways, PR.
Pjarl is a very strong and smart lizard. I am a great worm of the green coloring.
Hey, yo,
Now,
perchance is your
And he
intelligence
gets
like
down.
12?
What is 12?
Oh no, it's
As-
8.
As Pjarl sets down, he kind of bends down the front of his knees and he drops one of his wings down, allowing each of you to climb on.
I'm
So
climbing
he's
on.
saying-
I on board.
When he said, "What is 12?" Gabbo's face lights up in excitement from the fact that he knows something more than someone else.
It's the 4th letter of the alphabet, says Gabbo.
No, it is the third.
All right.
Anyways, as they all climb on like normies, I hover in place and then just like transition myself like a JPEG onto his back.
You're like that scene in
square
Finding Nemo
select
where they're
cut.
on the back of the manta ray,
Paste.
but they're also still just swimming.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Little throwback for everyone in the audience there who got confused by that scene as I was as a kid. All right. So we're going to see if
Can I give guidance to the dragon, to whatever it's trying to do?
he does not accept the help of a mortal.
It's like, oh, okay.
What the hell is going on?
What's happening?
What?
What is
What's
happening?
going on, Brian? Don't do that.
What am I listening to? Brian, what are you
So-
listening to?
Good
Wait,
luck
what?
getting this
Oh
out.
shit, it's picking up on my mic. I was like, okay, time to, while we're in the middle of things,
God damn it.
I'm like, I can relax and watch a video.
Right.
But no, I can't.
In the middle of the session.
It's okay. It doesn't pick up on my end, but you guys definitely heard it.
Your microphone.
No,
We were
because
just
my
thought I
because
thought you
right
were
now
doing a
what you're
bit.
hearing is the microphone from my fucking camera.
That's why it sounds.
Yeah,
so
I
loud.
know.
Bro, I thought I was hearing, like, I thought you were just doing a bit.
No, it wasn't a bit.
Doing
Like
a
this is just like
Oh my god.
yeah, no, now it sounds so much better, I think. Right?
God damn. Alright.
This is
Alright,
too long
let's-
of a
let's-
section
let's-
to cut this.
This is too
Is there no sound
this
anymore?
needs to
Like,
go in
if
the
I-
af-
if-
this
if
is
I-
the after. Nick, this right here is our after blooper.
So we do the outro and I just play this.
Yeah. What is
yeah,
that
he's
sound?
like-
Oh yeah, sorry, I'm
The
watching the
music
video.
the music fades out and like then it's like do. What is that sound? What's going on? Perfect.
Alright, back to it because we got like
I'm
4
coming
minutes.
in. I'm gonna sneeze on you.
So, Yarn raises up his wings before splashing them down, creating a mighty gust of wind, launching you guys up into the sky. As he begins to fly, you guys can now see from above settlements all around, any nearby you, all seem to have a similar look. You don't see carriages moving along trade routes. You don't see people traveling along paths. Even though a good chunk of this area is mostly forest with outcroppings where settlements are, you tend to not see many people on the outskirts in this open area. Yes, Gabbo. With your
Are
hand.
there remnants of like people that I can see?
Roll perception.
Now it may look like I got a 10, but I actually got a 14.
C14.
You do not. As you're looking down into the valley below, you don't see any like remnants other than maybe the occasional building or like another similar to how Ravenstone looked, maybe a small outcropping of wood and stone structures, all with growth taking them half down, collapsing them back into the earth. As you guys fly for about 20 minutes, Pjal begins to come down into a swooping landing, as you guys can now see as you dip down below the level of the clouds. You can see in front of you a grand, large, walled circle where, looking at it, it spans across for most of your sight line. As you kind of look down, you can kind of see the end of it towards one end of the city. If you look to the north, you can see again another end of the city, but directly in front of you, from side of your peripheral to the other side, it is a giant city, all hiding behind what looks to be one large wall going around the entirety of the outside. You can see now from where you're currently dipping down, along the outskirts, every maybe 20 to 50 kilometers in certain intervals, large giant boulders seem to have been dug in and grown into the ground, where you can presume, based on Pjal's description, was where the gates to this city once lead, as trade routes and small outcrop settlements lie on the outskirts of this city.
Yo, Boulder's Gate mentioned. Let's go.
Shut up. Shut up.
Gabbo, 2 points of inspiration. Oh, I forgot to give inspiration earlier for the whole dragon encounter. Valentine, 5 points of inspiration for trying to high five.
Yeah, I successfully high-fived the dragon.
As you guys begin to make your dip down, Pjal eventually lands to the ground, but rather than just putting his wing down to let you all slide off, he puts his wing down and then immediately kind of rolls his body and hucks all of you off.
As he does
As
that,
you collapse, you just fly to the left. As Pjal knocks all of you off, he looks on you and says,
No, do not forget. the deal you have made with Pure that has spared your lives today, my new loyal subjects. A dragon will never forget a deal that it has made, especially for one for the City of Wars. You are to meet me back here in 1 week. If you are not here, I will spend the rest of eternity hunting you down, and I will crunch on your bones with the acidic taste of my spit. Best of luck.
No,
And
I'm
he
so
flies
tasty.
off into the sky, taking off like a
Oh
jet
crap!
plane.
I wanted to ask if he had snap.
1 point
I
of
was gonna ask him
inspiration.
about his age.
It's me,
See,
Pierre Younger.
I'm just thinking.
Jorgen, son.
He's trying to threaten us and everything, but homie can't get into the city. We can just chill in here.
Yeah.
And then
we
he comes to
can't-
try
we
and
can
kill
just go
us, and we're just
inside.
in here, and he's just like, damn it!
We could have just killed him.
There's not even leverage. Like,
We could have
we
taken
didn't
him.
give him anything.
We could have.
Why would you kill a dragon, guys?
Free
Like,
ride.
I
Awesome.
want
We could-
its bones.
if we play
I
our
want
cards
the
right,
level up from killing a dragon.
if we play our cards right,
not
we can
one.
have a dragon as an ally.
He's not gonna be our ally.
He could be.
It's a neutral evil
Yeah,
entity.
But he's
He could be, but if
He's
we
kinda
play our
dumb.
cards right, then he could be.
I thought you
See,
didn't
I
pair
have
up with
faith,
evil creatures.
okay? I have faith in the Father, the Son, and the Holy Spirit
Yeah,
that I
why
can
is-
be friends with this
why is
dragon.
Valentine doing this?
You know what? I'm gonna let Valentine believe whatever Valentine can believe, but I will not save her when it starts to eat her.
I'd still thank it, honestly. I'd still thank Piaro.
What the?
You're like, thank you for being my friend. Oh my God! Thank you for being my friend.
All right. As you
I
guys
knock on the
begin,
boulder.
as you guys take the time now
Ouch.
to walk from this distance, you begin encroaching as you come to the outskirts of one of the towns that surrounds one of the boulders. Again, these buildings aren't nearly as collapsed, but still in disrepair. Dust floating throughout the windows. Doors thrown askew. Cattle lay dead after being stuck in pens. You notice, however, this giant boulder has very thick layers of moss growing over it, making it seem as if this boulder has been here for quite some time.
Can I collect
I
a
knock on
sample
the
for my
boulder.
chia pet?
I give 3 to 5 sturdy knocks on the boulder.
You knock on the boulder, pounding your fist on it with all of your strength,
Oh, it's just not all.
and nothing happens.
I'm going in.
So,
Acrobatics. I'm going in.
How are you getting
So
in?
there's
Jumping.
no one in us around the boulders. It's just like the remnants of small
Mm-hmm.
settlements.
Yes.
Are there like gaps in
As you
between
look-
each boulder?
Why don't you roll an investigation check?
Is there water around too? What are we checking?
what type of check would it be to see how long the boulder has been here for, based off of like the moss growing on it?
Gabbo?
I got a 16.
As you kind of poke your way around the side of the boulder, as you're now getting on the wall side of the boulder, you can see that the boulder, part of it is placed within the layers of the wall, making it that this boulder completely seals up the gate in through the wall.
Can I see what type?
As you guys now very quickly realize, unless you are able to somehow move this boulder or break it, there is really only one way past the wall.
Hmm.
To fly over?
There's no front entrance, eh? Because all the gates are boarded by boulders.
Indeed, indeed.
There are boulders at the gate.
They are
3 of
boulders
them I
at the
can see.
gate.
There's boulders at the gate.
There are boulder gates, as you could.
Oh my God, it's
say.
a Boulder's
My joke,
Gate.
Stop shilling my thing.
There's almost 3
And
of
you
them.
could say there's at least 3 of them. Damn it, Ronnie! Ronnie, take your point for delivering the joke just before I could.
By the way, so the main gate
I
is
think
in
You will
Boulder.
now have to pay me $20 for that joke. I'm putting royalties.
Shut up. We don't
over-
care about your royalties. But is there one gate unbouldered? Like you said, the main gate.
From where you're looking, this gate, and there seems to be boulders at intervals that you can see to take the time to explore the entire perimeter of this city to see if there is a gate would take at least a day, maybe two, of walking from what you can guess.
What if Elliot was to throw me in?
100% that could work. You guys do have a flying creature who can also become large.
That is true. Well, you can also get hit by boulders.
I could get hit by boulders.
Sorry, we need
Or
to throw
javelins.
me because I can go fast.
How what type of stone is this boulder made out of? Is that a nature check?
Yeah.
All right. Let's see. Oh man, this is the best roll so far. 5.
Typical boulder rock formations.
What I'm wondering is, like, are these boulders very round, as if they were launched from some kind of machine, or are they a bit more like easy to grab and pick up and throw, as if like some giant creature threw them?
Why don't... I'm trying to figure out what would be the better
That'll probably be
skill.
an investigation check.
Investigation or just a general perception check.
How does it crafting? But this system does not have crafting, so it doesn't
This
work.
is not Pathfinder for me.
We
This is
get
not
it, Ronnie.
Pathfinder.
You like to play Pathfinder, okay?
I would generally just say that
We
would be
get
an
it, you like
investigation check,
Pathfinder,
since you're looking
jeez.
for like evidence.
For your knowledge, this is also not a gunsmithing check or a shooting check.
Draw.
Check.
Or a rootin' tootin' trick.
Here's a
Pull out my
I'm
weapon.
just gonna
Shoot
draw and
check
shoot
right
the
here.
bolt.
Make me a shoot and shake right
There's a-
here. So what is it?
Mindy, I will give you your choice of a perception or an investigation check.
Investigation time, +8, baby. Not one.
While they're all just
Smart
like staring
thinking,
at this
good
boulder
planning.
for various reasons, can I just look at it just because everyone else is?
Sure, perception check or insight or investigation check.
I'm using perception, 20.
How is Gabbo doing this today, guys? What deal did Gabbo sign? As Mindy, you begin to examine the rock, the
Wait,
stone.
can we say that because I got a nat 1, the boulder's so mossy that I cannot tell what shape it is
Yeah,
properly?
basically, sure. Gabbo, as you look at it, you recognize the moss formation on wild boulders. You've spent plenty of time staring at wild boulders
And licking moss.
Yep.
and licking moss. As you begin to examine this boulder, you kind of just take a look and you're like, "Wow, that was picked up and placed here."
Definitely.
So picked up and placed rather than tossed in? Like there's no impact crater or anything,
Yes.
right?
No.
It was
There is no
placed
impact.
gracefully.
Well, guys, I'm lazy. I'm gonna pick up my war pick and start using it like a pickaxe.
George, have you been watching Attack on Titan recently?
I have been, but I can promise you this was
Aw.
written
Exposed.
before said attack. Before said attack
I'm gonna
on
make
Titan
an
binge
exposed
was
video on YouTube. 1 million
Interesting.
views.
So these
just
giant boulders were placed at this border city wall by a giant creature. Huh.
Exposed.
just gonna put it out there. This city and the history have been written for the past 8 years.
Isn't Attack on Titan like 13
Damn.
years old?
It is. I didn't start watching Attack on Titan until I was in high school,
Mm.
Yeah.
so
Well, I said
that was
damn
not
monk.
8 years ago.
George, may I start?
Just
I almost
gonna,
said damn monk.
before I start getting
I should
copyright
have.
checked. Oh, what's?
George, if I may.
I mean, I mean, hey, what's the rule? There's no such thing as a truly original.
Should
idea.
we try to throw Gabbo?
It's true. And even if it is that, I don't care, because that's awesome.
Attack on Titan's cool. I don't know what y'all are talking
Back to D&D.
George.
Anyway, back
Should we
to-
try to
back to
throw
what we're
Gabbo?
D&D.
No. Before we throw the Gabbo, I would like to go to the side of like the boulder where the wall and the boulder meets, and I just want to start like picking. I want to see is the stone soft enough to be picked away?
Make me an attack roll with your war.
Yay! Attack roll, war pick. That would be a measly 7.
The moss is plenty soft enough for you to take away, but the boulder itself, no.
Hmm.
Can we throw Gabbo?
Yeah, sure. We'll try. I pick up Gabbo and I start flying up.
All right. Are you gonna pick up anyone else?
No, just Gabbo for now.
Okay. Can you please roll me an athletics checks if you're gonna do this at your normal size?
Sure.
Guidance. is
Yay.
my
Guidance.
Guidance.
I would love to make a counter over the course of the entire podcast of how many times Rani has said guidance.
It's probably going to be a lot.
I'll get on that.
Do a drinking game.
Alright, so I rolled a 7
Every time.
plus 5 plus 4. So that's 16 total.
Thank God for that guidance. As you carry
Literally,
Gabbo,
actually. Or,
as
never
you
mind.
carry Gabbo up the
Not a
wall,
cleric.
you guys make it to the top lip of the wall. And as you guys look all around you, you see trebuchets, you see spear cannons, you see all of these lining the rim of the wall. But you also see that the wood from these machines has rotted and they've collapsed, falling to the side.
Mhm.
You've seen the trebuchets have been launched into a position but have not been like recoiled back and reloaded. You don't see ammunition for them anywhere. In fact, you even see there's portions where they've almost like fallen off of the top lip of the wall. As you begin kind of looking around, you can tell quite clearly no one has been up to this portion of the wall in many moons. Can I get both of you to please roll me a perception check
I love perceiving.
as you come up to the top of the wall and you rest yourself?
15.
14.
As you guys look, you have heard Esquil City to be a city where in the center, or like in like kind of the northern half of the city, there lay a castle, and then the hills kind of like swept down, and then were in like a whole formation. There weren't actually that many walls. The only thing Esquil City was known for was one giant wall that surrounded the entirety of this capital. The entire place was lined with buildings, parks, universities. Walls everywhere would have made it tedious to get around. But what you see are thousands upon thousands of walls, all in a maze-like structure, with large portions, small portions, all reaming up. Their tops of those walls coming down probably about half a kilometer underneath the lip of the main wall. As you look around, you can start to see from everywhere here patterns beginning to form in the structure. And as you start tracing your eyes along it, you look directly down and see no signs of life, as the sun in its current angle is not able to cast any light into the city. The walls around casting dark shadows that loom over, engulfing the entirety of this place in darkness.
What do you have to say, Gabbo?
Walls. Lots of them.
Kind of looks like a maze.
Yes.
I looked at Valentine and I'm like, I wonder what they're seeing up there.
Probably
I said
like
it looks
boy
like a
things.
maze.
Aren't you like half a kilometer in the sky?
You are a lot more than half a kilometer.
We're standing on the wall right now. I'm not flying this whole time.
You kind of just hear us like. Yeah. So it's like.
I'm gonna start digging a hole.
You know, it's kind of like a maze. Kind of looks like a maze. You know. It's probably really echoey.
As you begin digging, eventually,
Does it take them 10 minutes to get up there? Because I would just, maybe I'll just cast the Lehman's tiny hut just to do it.
it does take them a while. You can relax as you spawn your cabin once again.
Yeah.
I'm
It's
gonna
very
dig a
comfy
hole.
inside. It's air conditioned.
Seamus is once again in the cabin with you. As you begin digging a hole, eventually, Gabbo and Ellotte come back down, landing comfortably in front of the tiny hut. Valentine, you pop out of the hole for the second time today. Do you two wish to give your party the information you have just received?
It's
I'm good.
real empty in there. No signs of life.
So what kind of thingy
No
gibbets
signs
did
of
you
life?
guys
Can you repeat
see
that?
up there?
Can you repeat that?
What kind of thingy
So I was
gibbets?
saying,
Nothing.
so no signs of life? What, is that town also decayed,
Yeah,
rotted,
it seems like the defenses are.
abandoned?
It looks pretty much the same.
Oh.
Similar. But walls.
When's the last time this dragon even tried to get inside?
I can't tell you. Maybe he's just that scared.
Yeah, maybe it was one time and now he's too scared to go back and try again.
Well,
Well,
I guess we wait here for a week and let him know.
this tiny hut is very comfortable, but I don't know if that's a good idea.
We should go in.
Maybe next time,
Well, it'd be
because I
great if
gotta
we
get
could.
ready.
Yes, next time we will.
We're almost done. Keep going.
10 minutes.
I know. We're literally like a minute or two away from
Okay,
being
okay,
done. I just
okay.
need you guys to do one more thing.
Okay. We wait for that one more thing to happen.
Well, that's not how it works.
But you wanna? Okay, I'm gonna go in.
Where's the
place
story
then.
flag? Where's the cutscene?
All right, as you
What's the
guys
objective marker?
rest in the hut, about an hour passes before you guys start to hear loud footsteps coming from within the walls, tremors like earthquakes rattling throughout, before you eventually hear this bellowing roar echoing out from the inside. Its sound vibrating off of all of the walls and multiplying the
I look
sound
out the nearest window to see what.
I'm in the hole.
10,000 fold.
I look to the skies.
It's definitely inside the city.
As you start to hear it go out, that is where we will be ending today's session.